Welcome back. We've been joined by the Commissioner for Information, Anambra State, Sidon Adinuba. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks so much. I apologize. I should have been here much earlier than now.
Well, we were going to send you the fine. We'll send the fine to you.
That's all right.
Okay. So I would ask you to weigh in on this, your take on democracy in Nigeria. How would you rate it? That's before we come back to Mr. Oza.
Well, generally okay, but I know we could have done far better than we have done since 1999. But we know there are some areas where you have exceptional results. And everybody recognizes Lagos to have done very well. And of course, Anambra State. I don't think anybody can dispute that. Anambra is competing very, very effectively, and the rate of development is clearly the highest in the country.
So let's say, arguably, Anambra. Let's say, arguably, Anambra.
Well, I don't think anybody can dispute that.
Okay.
All the indicators of development in education, in security, in agriculture, in industrialization, Anambra is doing marvelously well.
All right.
And the results are there.
Okay.
Yeah. But there is actually one area I'm more interested in than most people seem to appreciate. It's not just a matter of physical infrastructure, but in terms of values, social democracy, social harmony. Anambra is something else, and I think it's what people, researchers, study. When the government was inaugurated for the second time, you saw that the VIP stand was dominated by members of the so-called opposition. APC leaders from even outside the state in solidarity with the people of Anambra State. And that's extremely important. The governor has become the first government official in Nigerian history to invite EFCC to go and look at our records, ICPC. And they came out with exceedingly impressive reports on Anambra State. Both EFCC
okay, all right, Sidon.
Okay. So this is something that nobody can challenge.
Okay. Well, of course, you work for Anambra State government, so we won't expect you to say anything else.
I'm going to tell you that Ogun State was still much better. This is where you're seated in Ogun State now, and we have seen infrastructure.
All right,
so let's leave it.
No, you're in Ogun State.
You're actually in Ogun State, yes. And I can speak for Ogun State now.
All right, gentlemen,
that's not
can we get back to the conversation? We're not here to market it.
Can you
One
tell
second.
me any government that has invited EFCC on its own, or ICPC?
Fantastic.
In Anambra is both.
Okay.
Fantastic.
So if you're talking
It's
about
good. It's good. Let's get back
Mr. Oza.
So that you were saying something before we went on that break.
Yes, I was saying something on the models of governance and models of economic system that a country needs to adopt to be able to have a proper democracy. Now, if you look at Nigeria as a country, Nigeria democracy or the leadership, to me, do not understand the concept
of democracy.
And that is why you see people suffering here and there. Now, you look at Nigeria as a simple society. When there was self-sufficiency to an extent, though we see our skirmishes of poverty at that level, maybe not more than 10 or 5% at that time, which is insignificant. But at the point where Nigeria moved from a simple society to a complex society, the antecedents or the characteristics or features that Nigeria as a government, as a country, needs to study to understand the behavioral science of this movement were not put in place. And so here we are, stuck up without knowing the way forward. And to a very large extent, leadership, complexity breeds a lot of problems in society. And what are these problems complexity breeds? Urbanization, population, industrialization. And when these things are there without proper model to be able to solve most of these issues, what you see at the end of the day are different criminal activities.
So in other words, we're practicing our democracy, our own practice of democracy is very complex.
It's not as if, what makes it complex is the features of what complexity breeds. It's not as if it's complex. Where it is practiced all over the world, we see it as being simple. But because we followed the principles of democracy, that is why they see it as simple over there. But here, we see it's complex because we've not been able to imbibe the culture of democracy.
John, you say that we're stuck and we don't know where to go.
Exactly.
Some would say that that is not strictly correct.
Okay.
We're stuck, yes. We know where to go, but we don't want to go because there are too many vested interests in the country. We need someone who will take the bull by the horns and do what is best for Nigeria.
If you compare,
bearing in mind that Nigeria is north, east, Niger Delta, west.
Central,
everybody has different things that they want. You've got to satisfy each group to a certain extent where them being satisfied doesn't affect their well-being. Which Nigerian leader is going to take the bull by the horns and do that?
That is what democracy has done to Nigeria, reducing Nigeria to ethnic rivalries, ethnic government, tribal government, and so on and so forth. If democracy, the principle of democracy, is being taken as it is, Nigeria will not find itself in this situation today. And what am I saying in essence? If you look at the model of governance, if you look at the models of governance today all over the world, in the Gulf region, what you have there is a monarchical system. In Europe, most importantly, you have the parliamentary. In America, presidential. Nigeria has gone through this system of governance. And at the end of the day, it
decided on democracy.
And if you look at the economic system, we have the communism, we have socialism, and we have the capitalist ideology. Now, communism has been tested and failed. Socialism is still there, but it's also failing. Capitalism is
thriving.
weak. Capitalism is weak in a complex society.
Weak?
Yes, in a complex society. What we practice today, unknowingly, to the country, is a capitalist form of economy.
Okay. Mr. Likwede, I can see you're dying to respond.
Because he's just enhanced my position, the model. Now, when you have the right model, it's easier for the operators. If you have a fantastic model, even the operators will learn from it. If you have a bad model, the most brilliant leaders in the world will find it extremely difficult. Let me give you examples. We are now practicing the presidential system. What is the cost of this government? In an economy that is dwindling.
Astronomic.
How much does it cost us to maintain 2 houses in the federal system compared to the budget of 1 year? How much does it cost us to run the presidency? Why do you find people fight desperately for position? 1, because it's the most lucrative position right now. Why have we not made the positions unattractive for benefits, such that people in positions are there as a second profession? They have other means of livelihood. Then if you want to serve, then you are prepared to serve. Because what